Hey guys, Happy New Year's. It's been a while. Hold on, my cat's here. Wouldn't be a video if I didn't have her here, huh? She's a little freaked out because the train's going by. But I wanted to thank you all for watching and commenting and giving me some love during Vlogmas. It was a lot of music videos, a lot of YouTube videos. That's basically all I use YouTube for. No, I'm kidding. No, it was a lot of videos. I posted 25 videos total, I believe, with a little piece of advice each day. And so now that it's been a little over a week since my last video, it feels like I've had months off from doing these videos, but it's really only been a week. I just kind of got in the habit of doing a video every single night, and I tend to be one of those goal-oriented people that when I say I'm going to start something and do something for a full month, I tend to do it for the full month. So yeah, that was it was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work. So yeah, I wanted to say thank you for watching and commenting and sharing it with your friends. And hopefully you found the advice useful. And so I'd like to hear if you did find it useful and what you thought of it. So send me a DM or a comment and I will try to respond. It's been a little bit busy here in the new year. A lot of people haven't gone back to work from their PTO yet, but I wanted to not work as much this week, but some people were working and I had emails coming in, so I worked. So actually I splurged and got a new little coffee machine that keeps coffee warm all day, so I am still drinking coffee. I've got my Truffle Shuffle mug. It's from a 4K race that I won that I ran in St. Louis. I did not win it. Could not breathe when I finished it. But at the end they had chocolate and hot chocolate. I took a picture with a guy dressed as Cupid, and so it was good times. And that's winning. That's totally winning a race. So yeah, I bought a new coffee machine, and now I can just have coffee all day long, straight through the day. I'm not really sure what it's going to do for my adrenaline level. I'm just going to have like straight coffee in my veins. So yeah, let's see what else has happened this week. So I worked a few days. I took a few days off, but I worked on blog stuff. So I have a whole new post that I am super excited about to share with you guys. And do you need help getting in? And I'm going to post my income information, so my hours, my salary, any bonuses I got, basically anything that contributed to my income, with the exception of benefits. It's a little bit harder for me to quantify benefits than it is to quantify hours worked and pay. And so it will just be the pay information. And I visualized it all up. I'm still working on getting the graphs to look how I want them to look. I'm using Tableau for that. And yeah, I wrote like a little story to go with it that just kind of describes each time I got a raise or a bump, how I negotiated, what my mindset was, people that helped me, and kind of my path to get to the salary I am now. And I think I have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure with the overtime I've worked that this past year I made 6 figures. So it's kind of cool seeing like my progression up to 6 figures and me still being very young, under 30. Yeah, so it's really neat to see, and I've always thought I was pretty fairly paid, and then I did a good job advocating for myself. But then I start looking at it and I think, oh, maybe I wasn't advocating as much as I should have been. So that is coming out, and I think it's really interesting. And so hopefully you guys like it and you find some use out of it. So I've been working on that all week. Whole thing gets done, and then I'll be sitting in bed like, I'll just read through it again. and then work on it for another 2 hours. Cite some more references, look some more things up. It also talks a lot about like women in the industry and how women are typically undervalued and men are overvalued for their work, and that is by both genders. Like women undervalue themselves as well as men undervaluing women, and this doesn't go for everybody, but they've got enough statistical data that they can say, they can make this broad claim that, hey, women are typically undervalued. They undervalue themselves, and you can kind of see it. Like me looking back and thinking about how much work I did as an intern, and just me not even thinking that I might have been underpaid because I was just so happy to have a job. So yeah, and I think with more transparency and more honesty, we can have greater accountability and hold each other and our companies accountable so that people are being paid accurately, so that people aren't being paid too much when they don't deserve it, and people who do deserve it are getting paid or compensated at their worth. So yeah, I'm really excited for that article to come out. I've been working on work stuff too. I spent most of today doing more overhead things and trying to get my ducks in a row for some meetings that we have coming up. Some things that I promised I would do, and check in with people and keep the ball moving on different activities to get ready for these meetings, which it's not very interesting if I were to talk about it, to be honest. So yeah, that was my week. Meeting up with friends and going out to chat, just catching up since I've been gone out of Austin for 3 weeks. Which if you saw my vlogmas videos, you knew I was in Houston, Atlanta, St. Louis, Denver. I was all over the U.S., central U.S. this past month. So yeah, it was a really busy month of fun. So it's nice to be back and we picked up one of my friends from the airport who flew in town to visit and do some research here for her graduate degree in sociology. And so we're just like sitting around the bar talking about this her sex and gender class that she had taught last semester, and students, and we're contrasting like the type of research that's done in STEM versus the type of research that's done in sociology. And we had kind of a good range of people there. Lauren was there, so she's got a STEM background in a life science, but then went back to law school. So her research she did during law school is very STEM, science-based. And then Katie was in sociology, and so all that research is sociology-based. And then my research in the Costa Rican rainforest was, of course, science-based and very specific to this one rainforest in Costa Rica, but obviously has implications for the greater watershed and hydropower in the area. Yeah, so it was a good discussion, and I really liked that. We went out and got tacos and sat around on the couch and talked for a while, so it was fun. But as far as work, I'm doing a few, so I'm putting together what it would take for us to do a project as part of a proposal. The proposal isn't out yet, they haven't asked for it, but I know the client, and we've talked about it because they've asked our opinion on, hey, what needs to be done here. And then they write up a request for proposals, and so when it comes out on the street, we will then propose on it. And so it's nice for us to get our act together now so that when it comes out, we're not rushing around trying to find people's resumes and project descriptions of other similar projects that we've done, and which is just part of the industry and how you position for projects, and all the consultants kind of know what's coming out on the street, who else is bidding on it, what the competition looks like. They've been tracking it in a software like Salesforce, or I forget the other big one that we actually used to use. But yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of that, a little bit of figuring out some hiccups and construction, when it rains, things kind of get messy, and you have to figure out, how do we fix this? Is the problem that it was not constructed right? Was it not designed right? Was it just the rain, and we need to just redo it because it rained way more than a 100-year flood? So kind of just like sitting in meetings and trying to make sure that if I am needed to write a TM, I can write it. But most of the team has the analysis and they're working on it, and so I've been keeping tabs on that, and I expect to do a little bit of technical review of their TM when they write it, and then sit down with the client to talk about it. But yeah, that's what's been on my plate this week, and I'm excited to get back into this and have our chats on Friday when I am hyped up on lots of coffee from all day long. And yeah, so I will see you guys next week. Bye.